Good morning students. Today I am here to present the topic input devices, which is one of the topics in computer science. What is input device? An input device is a term for a physical piece of hardware that connects to the primary device such as computer in order to provide the user input. Input device, with the help of input device, what you can get? You can get the input as a raw data you give to the computer, and then we process it and then we get the output. Example of input devices is keyboards, mouse, scanners, camera, joysticks and microphones. Following are some of the important input devices which are used in computers like keyboard, mouse, joystick, light pen, trackball, scanner, graphic tablet, microphone, magnetic ink character reader, optical character reader, barcode reader, optical mark reader. Now, first input device is keyboard. Keyboard is the most common and very popular input device with the help of which we input the data into the computer. The layout of the keyboard is similar to like your typewriter, which is having additional keys provided for additional functions in the keyboard. Keyboards come in two sizes with 84 keys or 101 or 102 keys, but now keyboards with 104 keys or 108 keys are also available for Windows and Internet. This is a diagram showing the pictorial representation of a keyboard. Input devices, what is the role of input devices? Input devices enable you to input the data and command into the computer. The mouse is a pointing device. It is also used to input the data. Keyboard is a portable, wired or a wireless electronic device that contains all the alphabets, numeric symbols, special characters which is used for entering input data into the laptop, desktop, computer system. The various types of computer keyboards typically used by the computer users for different purposes are quadtree keyboard, gaming keyboard, virtual keyboard or multimedia keyboard. Based on the connectivity options used for keyboard to connect with the computer, it is classified as the wired keyboard and a wireless keyboard. Bluetooth keyboard and USB keyboard. Keyboards have special keys that perform specific functions. Instead of using the mouse to move the cursor, we can use the arrow keys on the keyboard to move the cursor. Keyboards, they are less expensive. The four main parts of keyboards, they are main keyboard, numeric keyboard, cursor keys and function keys. The keyboard is divided into four sections: alphabetical keys, which is starting from A to Z. Then comes function keys, which is starting from F1 to F12. Additional special keys like @ symbol, uh, ampersand, etc. Then comes your numeric keys, which are starting from the value 0 to 9. Special purpose key performs the specific functions. What are the main functions of a keyboard? A computer keyboard allows an operator to give commands to the computer a simple way by pressing the keys. Computer keyboard is an input device that allows a person to enter letters, numbers, other symbols. These are called characters in keyboard into the computer. Now there comes a type of computer keyboards. Keyboards are classified based on their size and their mode of usage into different types. First is multimedia keyboard. Multimedia, as the name itself is telling, that it is containing all the multimedia buttons used for multimedia functioning. The keyboard has all the multimedia buttons and is called multimedia keyboard. The buttons include play, pause, previous, next, volume up, volume down, mute, special button to launch the media. Also a button to launch a browser, my computer, calculator is also available in this kind of a keyboard. Then comes your mechanical keyboard. The primitive keyboard, which uses physical buttons for each key, is called mechanical keyboard. It makes noise when each key is pressed. A button is pushed down and electrical signal is sent to the computer device, which then shows the character. Next comes your wireless keyboard. As the name in itself suggests, wireless keyboard is using a technology instead of wires for connecting with the computer device, like Bluetooth, IR technology, radio frequency is used to connect the keyboard with the computer device. We can port the keyboard and the parent system is not needed near the keyboard. These keyboards are lightweight, smaller in size. These keyboards should have transmitter and transceiver. The transmitter sends the strokes from keyboard as radio waves, which are received by a transceiver kept near the parent device. Next come virtual keyboard. The keyboards used in smartphones is called virtual keyboard. This keyboard appears when needed and disappears when typing is completed. This can automatically be set as per needs. Also in the Windows system, we can use virtual keyboard that appears on the screen. There is no physical object to carry for a virtual keyboard. Like for example, when we are talking in terms of virtual keyboard, like when you are typing some message, you want to type some message on WhatsApp, automatically a virtual keyboard appears, and when you have written the message, it disappears. So this can be an example we can illustrate for a virtual keyboard. Next comes USB keyboard. USB keyboard is universal serial bus keyboard, has a USB stick with a wire which has to be inserted into USB port of the system, and then the keyboard works well. While rebooting the system, keyboard is not supported, hence the user may face an issue. Installation of suitable drivers helps to resolve this issue. Next come ergonomic keyboard. This keyboard is mainly designed for users who use both hands for typing. Advantage of this keyboard is less muscle strain and carpal tunnel syndrome for users. The keyboard is built with the view of ergonomics. This keyboard is expensive and not affordable for common people. Next come quadre keyboard. The earlier typewriters have keys in the range of Q, W, E, R, T, Y. Due to the arrangement of this string, the name of the keyboard is given quadre keyboards. If you look at your keyboard on the system attached on the desk with desktop attached, you can see the third layer of keys is having arrangement of keys Q, W, E, R, T, Y. So, with this kind of arrangement, earlier typewriter used to have this kind of keys arrangement, and then the keyboards also had this kind of arrangement. So, that type of keyboards were named after the key arrangements or arrangement of strings you can call in the keyboard. Earlier computer keyboards were also built in similar manner for the ease of use for typewriter users. This keyboard is most common one used by all of us and hence needs no introduction. Then next comes gaming keyboard. This keyboard is specifically designed for the gamers, as the name in itself suggests, gaming keyboard. Graphics are also included in this keyboard, WSDA, and arrow keys are the only keys you can find in this keyboard. Design is so good that anyone could fall in love with this kind of keyboard. Next come chiclet keyboards. These keys are square shaped with rounded edges in this keyboard. The technology varies from device which makes this special. Buttons are attached with membranes of switches in the keyboard, and this is used in almost all devices now. Next come membrane keyboard. These keyboards use pressure pads. What is the difference between chiclet keyboard and membrane keyboard? Since chiclet keyboards, they are having a square shaped with round edges in the keyboard, but in case of membrane keyboard, they use pressure pads and having the characters printed on flexible surface called membrane. The cost is very less for these keyboards, but the inaccuracy in typing and gaming made them lose the importance. These membrane keyboards, they are not typically used for typing for gaming purpose. That's why they are used very less as compared to the chiclet or as compared to the gaming keyboard. Next come your thumb keyboard. The smaller keyboard with fewer keys and only numeric characters is called thumb keyboard. This keyboard is having small in size, they are smaller in size and they are having a numerical keys or fewer keys. These are mostly used for arithmetic operation and also for gaming. The size of this keyboard is just like thumb size. That means it's very small in size. Next come flexible keyboards. These keyboards are of silicon which has most of the keys flexible in appearance called flexible keyboard. The distance between keys are less. The keyboards are meant for rolling and are not foldable. Next come laptop size keyboard. These keys are reduced and space between keys are less in this type of keyboard. These are specifically designed for the laptops. Most keyboards do not have numerical keypads and some functions are incorporated with other keys on the keyboard. Sorry. Next come backlit keyboard. The keys have lights which helps the users to type even in the dark. These keyboards are available in gaming traditional keyboards. Then comes Magic keyboard. These keyboards are manufactured by Mac and are supported by battery. The design is good and makes everyone have the feel of keyboard. Next come Bluetooth keyboard. These are the keyboards which are connected with system using Bluetooth and hence USB port can be used for the other purposes. These keyboards provide flexibility to the wired keyboard. When compared with the wired keyboard, they provide flexibility. Next come corded keyboard. A limited number of keys help the users to port the keyboard anywhere. A combination of some keys help to produce desired characteristics. The keyboard is small in size and is not commercially successful as the other keys. Then comes uses of the keyboard. Uses of keyboards are, it is used for inputting the data, for typing the numbers, for text chatting, for pressing the special characters, for the use of special characters, for typing computer shortcut keys, like shortcut keys can be used. Then comes your control key, which is a modifier key also. When this key is pressed in conjunction with any other key, it performs special operations similar to shift key. Control key rarely performs any function when pressed by itself alone. Then comes your type of keys. First is your tab key to move the cursor several spaces forward. You also press the tab to move from the next text button box on a form. Enter key, move the cursor to the beginning of the next line. Space. Spacebar is to give the space, one space forward. Backspace is to delete the character before cursor or selected text. Then comes your navigation key. These keys are used for moving around in documents or web page, editing the text. These includes arrow keys, home page, end page, page up, page down key, delete key and the insert key. Then comes the shortcuts with the control key, like control plus A. It is used to select all the contents of your page. Control plus B to bold the contents of selected text you have bolded up. Control plus C is to copy the text, selected text. Control plus X is to cut the selected text. Control plus N is to open the new or blank document. Control plus O is to open the options. Control plus P is open the print windows. Control plus F is to find the box. This is for related to the different types of keys. Then next is your mouse. Mouse is again your input device. It's a pointing device. It is a small in size. It's basically used for pointing to the particular position so that we can enter the text or our input data. We can do it with the help of that. Mouse is having the two buttons. Left, we can left drag or right drag the buttons. Mouse can use to control the position of cursor on the screen. It cannot be used to enter the text into the computer. Its advantage is ease of use, not very expensive, move cursor faster than arrow keys of the keyboard. This is a diagram. Then comes joystick. Joystick is a pointing device which is used to move the cursor position on the screen. It is a stick having spherical ball at its both lower and upper ends. The lower spherical balls moves in the socket. Joysticks can move in all the four sticks. It is used in computer aided designing or in playing the computer game. It is like this in gaming console zones we use this joystick. Next come light pen. It is again a pointing device. It is similar to the pen. It is used to select the menu items, draw a picture on the monitor screen. It consists of photocell or optical system placed in the small tube. When the tip of the light pen is moved over the monitor screen, the pen button is pressed. This photocell sensing element detects the screen location, sends the corresponding signals to the CPU. From here you can see the tip position, and now from here, like the tip of the pen is moved over the monitor screen, and then the pen button is pressed and the photo sensing element detects the screen location, and then that signal, corresponding signal, is sent to the CPU. This is a diagram showing. Then comes trackball. Trackball is another input device which is used in notebooks or laptops, computers. This ball is half inserted, and by moving fingers on the ball, the pointer can be moved. The whole device is not moved. This trackball requires less space than mouse. This trackball comes in various shapes, like with a ball shape, button or a square. This is the diagram. Then comes scanner. Scanner is another input device. It is more like a photocopy machine. Here we can scan particular document or particular information which is available on the paper, and then we can transfer it on the hard disk of the computer for further manipulation. Scanner captures images from source which can then be converted into digital form and then can be stored on the disk. These images can be edited before they are printed. Then comes digitalizer. Digitalizer is the input device which converts analog information into digital form. Digitalizer can convert signal from television or camera into series of numbers that could be stored in computer. They can be used by computer to create picture of whether the camera has been pointed at. Thank you for all. Next topics we will be discussing in the next class. Thank you.